from YouTube. I'm Emmy and Theo is going to cut my hair today because it's already 3 months ago. I think over 3 months ago actually. So it's long. I still like the haircut, but it's a bit too long, especially on this side. And Theo is going to surprise me with a nice new haircut and color today.
Okay. And will you turn for them now to show how wonderful your hair still is? Because it's still a wonderful hairstyle.
Yeah, yeah.
So and when you use the skull lines, you always get a good end result, and it stays nice all the way.
And it's still very easy to maintain.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
That's also the most important thing.
Yeah, for me it's easy in the morning, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello friends on YouTube, back in the Netherlands. And the first model of this line of modeling is Emmy. Yeah. But there will still be also a video you see of a person who did the wig off in Orlando, Florida. And I hope you like that video. So, but I know already the comment because I can see it when this video is online. Start of course with protection, like I always do. Now I have to surprise Emmy, but with a good hairstyle of course. I know her for a long time, almost all her life.
Yeah, well I can't recall the last time that I told you like I want something like this.
Yeah.
Actually I never really do that, eh?
No. Protection is on, wet the hair, see how the hair falls and then start with cutting. I'm certain that I'm going to bleach the hair because blonde hair suits it very well, make a nice toner color on it, but I think we'll make the under frame a bit stronger, so I'll use there a color that lasts a little bit longer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool. Don't know if it's cool color or not.
Do you know already?
No. I always go on gut feelings.
Yeah,
on the flow. But in the future you will see new videos of mine where I first start with explaining what I'm going to do. So I am working to get a flap over, and then I draw the head and the line I'm going to do in parts that you know that he did, and when I go back to a part I can always say I go back to first line or the second. Now the first line I'm going to is to the center line. Lift the hairs up and take a lot of the length. And I travel in the same line of parting. Now the hair is laying a bit on it, but it's the same line as that I parted. The nice thing of her hair is she has a wonderful soft neckline, so the hairs are nice in the line of laying, but also in the lines of flowing. So you see this goes to the outside and then halfway it turns in. So when I make this hair a bit darker of color, you can see that even better. Lift the hairs up in the same line. And my comb is guiding me through the hair. Still a little bit of jet lag.
Because you're back now for 3 or 4 days?
2.5. 2.5,
yeah. The time difference is around 6 hours, isn't it?
6 hours, yes. Yeah. So now I have this line already. So now you see, normally you would start here, but I don't do that because I love to get the first line in a certain line of the skull line, so I get the same move as the skull. So now I know where my line is, I tip in with my comb, take this all the way. But I already have been working in the garden because it was grown a lot. We had a lot of rain in Holland. And thunderstorms. And small tornadoes. We never have them, but now we have.
Well, you were in that warm area.
Yeah.
You think it's cold here?
No,
In
I love
comparison
it.
to here.
I love cold weather.
I always have to get used to it when I get back from China. Oh, so cold.
Yeah, where do you stay in China then when you are there?
In Changsha. So they call Changsha, they call it the stove in summer. So
Okay.
it's really, really hot.
It's land climate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's normal.
But it's like 40, 45 degrees. So hot, hot.
In Orlando, Florida, you can also experience that.
Yeah.
Coming at the part behind the ear, leaning on the left side of my clipper, set that on the contour line and just travel nicely out. Put it in the sharpest position, get rid of the small hairs laying behind the ears, go back in the combing position and gently comb the hairs into the line of cutting what I did clipper over comb. Go in with my comb again. Can always take the fine part of my comb. This gives also a fine tuning of what I'm doing. Now this is my first line. The contact line between the longer hair and the short hair, I will do scissor over comb because then I can give more clarity to the line. So now I come to the part where it's still long. So now I come to the part where it's still long. Now here I have a jumpy area. So that I don't like. That I'll take away. Mostly take this away, this part behind the ears. I can do nothing with it. It's just lines that stick out and go the wrong way. Go back with my comb into the line and sharpen the line. Now I'm lifting up a bit because I don't want to leave the length at the front that long as it is now. So I create myself here a strong, blunt line. This I do by getting in, take my comb flat and then go out again. And connect it to the center line where I have the flowing line. Now I can free the hair and take off the clipper. Take off the clip. Lay the hair on it. Now this line I could do scissor over comb, but this part I will still do with clipper. Leave it about, I think, half centimeter longer, so it turns inside. Can always give graduation to the hair. Again, using a flat comb, holding it in a flat position, and get rid of the hairs. This line will be in the opposite lines, so I have an asymmetrical line from the left to the right and from the right to the left. Now before I do anything else, I just take my ultra flat comb, also ultra fine comb, because it's a very nice tool to work with, and I clean the contour line. This I do with my smallest clipper of Kiona. Make certain that this line flows into the neckline from 0 to something. Also go back behind the ears. And these are just minor corrections to the line. But it has to be perfect, otherwise it don't suits that well. I can feel that I worked in the garden when I came back. Yeah, my arms are gonna stick them off. I can feel the weight of the arm. For so far this line, so now I can go to my scissor lines. Going to the lines where I use my comb and my scissor. First, we'll make a nice fall of the hair over the lines for cutting. And then I go in softly. Just use my scissor of comb technique and just make an ultra fine line of it. You can give more character with the scissor of comb technique. Do that also from the other side. Just lift the hairs up and make this line nice, softly, and wonderful impression, because it's so good by feeling when you see a line being nice cut. You see, all the hardness of the lines are now going away, because a clip always leaves a hard line. And with a comb you can direct the lines and then cut them off, and you have more control than with a machine. Now I've got myself a very nice line. The front is always a bit turning. Comb the hairs to the front and give a rounding to the first part of the line. Now go to the back. Comb the hairs on the line of cutting, take them up, but now I turn them in so I get a rounder shape. So always creating the wonderful lines that our skull brings with the hair that needs to be cut. And always give it that graduation. And while I go to the longer hair, I also give the graduation, but also go into the line. So I lay my fingers into the line of cutting. So take the hairs over to the short side, comb them on the line, graduate them, and softly lay them down. You can always take them up twice, it's not a problem. This I do till I come on the half side of the head, and now I have to turn around because the graduation on this side needs to go inside to the other side, so that's important. So when I go to this side, I comb the hairs on that, comb them down, and now I graduate to the inside. So I turn my fingers to the neckline, on the skull bone. In the center I make a cross control, so I know for certain that I have the center line also in line with cutting. Use also a fine point cut technique. So I've got myself a very nice line to work with. It falls wonderful, strong, but also very short. I'll come to the long part. The longer side. Take the hairs up in the opposite line of the chin line. So I go to the center of the skull on the back. Lay all the longer hair above the line of cutting. And I need the opposite line. So this angle will be the angle in the opposite line. Always use the natural shapes. This line makes the line in the opposite line. So this line, and the chin line is the opposite line of both lines. First line to cut. Go behind the ears, pull the hairs on the line of cutting. Watch at the natural lines. and go in. Then I take the hairs behind the ear, turn them in, lay them free, and in the natural fall I cut this line because this curve is always different because there's an ear under it, and the ear has also a way to let the hair flow because it lifts up the hair, so you have more volume on the ear than behind the ear. So mostly a part behind the ear is hanging under the line of cutting. Watch at the chin line. And by holding this line a little bit longer than by just cutting off less hair, it will be more dramatic and more sexy. Take a new line on it. Thank God the weather in China is so that her hair is in good condition.
Well, and they use a lot of nutrition oils and
But a lot of people think that nursing the hair is by putting oil on the hair. That's not true. The oil always stays on the outside of the hair.
Yeah.
So more better works. Take a deep conditioner after washing. Take a little bit after rinse it out. So you cleaned your hair, you rinsed it out, and then take about when you have long hair, about something like this, round 3 conditioner, and do it on the hair, and then the oil over it, because the hair needs the conditioner. That can get into the hair. It nurses the hair, and then lay the oil over it, so it protects the hair from losing the condition. And that works much better.
I do that every morning or every time I wash my hair.
You swim a lot, so
I
you
use
need
this
to.
mask as well, you know?
Yeah.
That's what you gave me.
The mask.
Yeah.
You use the
hair
mask.
And that works really well, and that also helps me to make it easier to comb my hair.
Yeah. Don't pull hairs.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise it's kind of impossible.
You damage a lot with pulling on hairs. So now I find me all the roundings again. So comb the hair in natural fall. Lay it in the line of cutting. And now I start a bit like this. So, yeah. I start where the hairs are starting to stick out. Lift my scissor a bit up. And just do it in the natural form. Pull the hairs up so you can see what stays under it. So it needs to be a little bit shorter. Mostly are millimeters, that's not much. So now I have a wonderful line to work with. Go to the upper hair. Lift the hairs up. Now I'm going to watch where the dry ends are. Just a little bit. So take the hairs up, hold them in an angle, and just take off the dry ends. Only the parts that are a bit thin. Now I will make a bleach for her with 6%, that's 20 volume, so it's not much. But I'm certain I get her lighted up enough to get to a nice platinum and then bring in a trendy color. So that's what I'm going to do.
And get rid of the shadow.
Yeah.
At the base of my...
The line of growing.
Yeah.
The grow back part.
It's like 2 or 3 centimeters, I think. It's so much.
Yeah, the hair grows about a centimeter a month, so that's normal.
And luckily we've already had some sun also in China, so like in this On this side, you didn't
Yeah,
see it that
you
much.
didn't see it. But mostly the hairs on top are a little bit lighter of color.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm going to do now. So put on the protection for coloring, and then Emmy gets a new color. Okay, gonna apply the bleach on her hair. What I told you, I took a glint bleach, 20 volume, 6%, and that is what I apply on her hair. I leave out parts on the side into the neckline because they go in with a new color, and that will be not a toner. But this is the line where I put the bleach in, because here I don't need to bleach because there will be another stronger color in. So now I part the line with using a carton wick, take out my gloves, close the plastic foil, then we're going to wait for the bleach to get in the same level as the ends. This is a very nice bleach, you don't smell it, it don't burn, it's a nice, friendly to the skin. Glint is a product line that comes from a factory that first worked on skins and prominent skins. So then they started a line for hairdressers. So they know what a skin is and what is good or bad for the skin. We close this, go for coffee. We'll be back for you in a half second, but for us in a half hour. We're 20 minutes from the point we started to set on the bleach. And Emmy has bleached her hair so much that she already feels when it is ready.
I told you, I think it's ready.
Yeah. I always watch at her ears, and when there's steam coming out, I know she's ready. So now I free this, but of course there's a difference between the old hair and the hair that's fresh bleached. Now what I do the last period, I take, this is not the product what's in, because I take mineral water and then pump in a toner conditioner on violet base. So that I put in and then shake it well. And this you can take with you to the beach when you go swimming, but you make it yourself. It's not hard to make. Bring this on the hair and massage it together in with the rest over of the bleach. So the ends of the hair are nursed, the yellow tones get out of the hair. You can see that the violet color also suits it very well. We already made a video with violet hair.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But it's also very nice.
Yeah. It was different tones, right? Different violet tones. That was cool.
Yeah, the shipyard I still like the most.
That one was amazing.
Yeah.
With the pink and the...
We were on a roof, I think about 25 meters high. And then on the roof, under us is the shipyard. The people were working there, and we standing there in the wind, and all the birds flying by, and you see ships leaving. It was so amazing to do a haircut there. So much inspiration on an industrial court, so it was wonderful.
And the wind blowing while you were cutting.
Yeah. I never did that before, so we had also some problems with the cape because it blew away.
Yeah. But I also remember the colors were really nice because it was everything was blonde, but then underneath there was purple and pink.
Yeah.
So I could have
we
like
had
this very blonde hair.
hidden colors we had then.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was the time people had hidden colors. There's a massage into the hair. Know that it's a toner conditioner, so I don't damage the hair at all. Leave this in for some minutes and then rinse it out, and then we're back to set in the new trend colors. Rinse it out, so now I comb the hair in a position that it has to lay. Did only a bit silver shampoo to reduce the peroxide of the bleach. The hair is still in a wonderful condition, especially because I didn't use a plaque system. Bleach and Clint don't need that. So now I just have to lay the hairs aside and decide first to make the undercolor, because that's a color that's darker, and I put it only on her natural color. I do this with 3%, so it's not a high spread on the skin. Lift up the blonde hairs. Does a bit like an undercut. So the underline is a bit free of the color. And this color is a nice purple color. It's a 522 plus. It's an ultra nice product of Lakme. Color, a real steady color, because I want to have a steady line, and when I would all the hair set in with a toner, this would be less strong. Lay it over colored line. And now I mixed myself a toner, and that's a wonderful toner. It's a combination of violet with blue. That's it on the upper hair. Doesn't matter if both colors touch each other, because they don't do anything to each other. Then lay it back, stick the hair strand, and so apply all the color on her hair. Took away the silver foley, and now I make certain that the lines flow into each other, because they're two separate colors, by just going over the parting line and make a nice soft connection to both colors. This I don't have to cover up, just have to wait 50 minutes. This product is from Keunen, and put a photo of the product into the line of the video. But also be sure that I made the mix, and I can tell you the mix because I made the mix with my gut feeling. I love to make a mix, and what I do then, I take a transparent underground and just in this case white, and just put it on so you can see how the color is, because you have to know this on a similar underground than the hair is. And when you do this, you know it's for certain that it will be this color. So we'll be back from coloring. Now I'm going to style the hair. First take a small brush of Ergo. Thank Ergo for giving me the brushes when I was in Orlando. I love them a lot. They come with different sizes and shapes, and the wonderful thing about the ones you're going to blow dry with is that they hold the heat of the blow dryer into the brush, and then very quick, in about 5-6 seconds, it's heated like the blower is. So they support the drying of the hair. Use a foam of glint. Apply this on the hair. Massage it in. Take my paddle brush again. And the wonderful thing of a paddle brush is that it also massages the skin.
It feels very nice.
Yeah. Men also like it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. And they come with two sizes. Very large one and a small one, and this is also more flexible, especially when you have long hair. You feel no pulling on the hairs, and it feels also totally different than the small one.
Yeah.
Lay the upper hair aside, pin it in the upset line and then the cutting line. Give a first out a cape, looks nice I think. It's all so dark. This color's better.
Yeah.
Use a nice brush, set it in, put it to the back and start drying. The brushes don't pull the hairs, so it's very nice to work with. And between the pins are wonderful holes, so the heat of the blow dryer can get through the brush to the other side. The nice thing of the current product is that it also nurses the hair wonderfully, so you get a wonderful shade of color. Freeze at the beginning, and when the hair is thin you can also set first a line totally in the opposite lines, freeze it and then lay it back so you get more volume in the underlines.
Ik vond het ook zo leuk, iedereen. YouTube legend. Theo Knoop.
What I told Emmy is the beautiful thing about coloring hair is all the colors look similar, but when you put a toner on and you mix the color, you can also see that some parts of the hair give different colors, but all in the line of the color you use. So it doesn't matter, because you massage it through, you even comb the hair, but you see that the colors always lay in a line. So that's a part of the hair that just reacts differently on the color. But when you see this kind of shades in the hair, it looks so wonderful because it's not a flat color. This is more natural. Even when you blow dry, you color the hair with bleach, you get a more vibrant color, more trendy color, and it looks amazing. The sofa blow dryer. Now, last time I invented something new, and I want to share it with you because a lot of customers come to the salon and they want just a little change before evening or something like that. So then there was with a little girl, I had to find out a thing that I don't have to color the hair, but just give it that feeling. The feeling of that is always on the front. And now I'll show you what I invented and what I love to share with you. Now watch this. This is just a marker pen. So what you do is, you take a part of the hair out, just one line. You take your marker pen and go over the hairs and just color it in. And especially for young girls who want a bit color in the hair, and for moms who don't want to pay for it, it's a good thing, because then you can take a little difference into the hair. But when you do this on the front, the person that has it will certainly see it. And there's a lot of different markers on the market. There's also very large ones, so this makes it even easier to do. But I didn't notice this till I did it the first time, of course. And I can also change the colors, because I can use blue colors, I can also take the red, I can take a green. Just take a part out, go on it, and just play with the tool to give it a color. This stays in for mostly 3 times washing, and then it's out. But it's very nice to bring the diversity of color into the hair. So now you see I have also blue lines into my color. That's what I want to share with you. Now before I go any further with this hairstyle, I take a little bit dirty angel, shake it well, put it on the baseline of her hair, there where I need the most volume. Dirty Angel is a product of Attitude, and it's a lovely product. It's a styling dry shampoo, so you can use this and then get a lot of volume without getting weight into the hair, especially when you want this volume. It looks very sensational. Lay the hair back in the fold I want them to. Minor adjustments to the line, and just minor, just 2-3 hairs sticking out. They can always lay in the line of the ears, and that you didn't notice. Clean the contour line, Pull the skin real tight. Get rid of the hairs. Now take a little bit hairspray to freeze the hair. This I do with the hairspray of Keunen. I just love a playable hairspray. Don't want a hard one. And see how sexy this color is. On top of this, I always take a glow spray. Because now the hairspray is on, so the hair is secured and don't move away. And to then give it that final finish and that glamorous look, I put in this spray. It's very feminine on the way it smells, and it's a wonderful product. Now this hairstyle I made for Emmy. I asked her to turn around so you can see it, but she will come back to show it on her own. I thank you for watching. I hope you can do something with the tips I gave you. I love to work with the tools of Ergo. I love to work with the colors of Keunen and the styling products, and also of those of Glint. Glint colors are also wonderful, so I make mostly a mix of it. The undercolors are from Lacme, and it's a 522 plus. The products you find in my video. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.
Hello friends on YouTube, I'm Emmy and Theo is going to cut my hair today because it's already 3 months ago. I think over 3 months ago actually. So it's long. I still like the haircut, but it's a bit too long, especially on this side. And Theo is going to surprise me with a nice new haircut and color today.
Okay. And will you tell for them how to show how wonderful your hair still is? Because it's still a wonderful hairstyle.
Yeah, yeah.
So and when you use the skull lines, you always get a good end result, and it stays nice all the way.
And it's still very easy to maintain.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
That's also the most important thing.
Yeah, for me it's easy in the morning, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Emmy, will you show them your new wonderful, sexy, colored hairstyle?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Theo.
You're more than welcome, love. Thank you for being my model and my best friend.
I'm so blessed.
Thank you.